All right, let's cover your Utah Jazz. All right, well, it is opening night for the Utah Jazz, my friend.
It sure is.
We got the game going on the other screen right now. It is in the middle of the third quarter right now, and the Jazz are right in the thick of it, man, against the Memphis team. It's looking pretty damn good right now.
Yeah, I'll take this. I can watch Utah Jazz when they're, as long as they're playing some competitive basketball, man.
Absolutely.
I can't do it.
Yeah.
Right.
I just want to see them play hard, and I want to see development for sure. Before we get into that, folks, we do want to quickly mention that we did create our own channel for your Utah Jazz called Utah Jazz DNA. This is where we'll be posting all of our Jazz content first. So if you're watching this on our main channel, DNA Sports Recap, check the description of the video. A link to that channel will be in the description. Be sure you click that link and subscribe to this channel. Hit that notification bell because we'll be giving away one of those sweet new Road Mountain black jerseys. Did I say that right?
Something like that.
Once this channel hits 1,000 subscribers. So if you have not yet, hit that subscribe button on both that channel and our main channel, DNA Sports Recap, so you don't miss out on that giveaway.
Do it.
All right. So again, season's upon us, man. We got the Utah Jazz. They're here, and season's starting. And I can't say that I am not really that excited at all for this start of this season. I don't know what it is.
I can tell you exactly what it is.
Okay,
the Jazz have said very publicly multiple times on multiple occasions that they are going to be focusing on a youth movement and trying to figure out what we have in some of these young players. The fact is that equals losses.
Gotcha.
That's why you're not excited, Darren. The fact is we've got Keontae George, Taylor Hendricks, Bryce Sensabaugh. They've all got a year of NBA experience at this point. And none of them are fantastic basketball players. They are all very talented basketball players, but have they proven they can do anything in the NBA? And the answer is absolutely no.
Okay.
And then you've got three even newer rookies in Cody Williams, Isaiah Collier, Kyle Filipowski, who've played in all of, after today, one actual NBA basketball game. And you're not planning on winning many games this year. Matter of fact, you're not planning on watching even great basketball this year. You're planning on watching guys try to grow, try to get this team mesh, get a little bit of momentum, and hopefully watch Lauri make some threes.
That's right. Just alone in the corner with nobody guarding him.
That's a mistake.
That was a mistake there on the defensive end for sure for Memphis. But no, I have to agree with you there, man. I mean, I think, and it's really funny is they're going to say that that's the talking line for this season, but we know how it all went. But towards the beginning of the trade deadline before, free agency opened up, we heard the lines, from Danny Ainge. We're not going to have 6 rookies on this team. We're going to be making some moves. We're going big game hunting. And basically what we've seen is that this team has fallen short on every trade option, every free agent they wanted to get over the last year. And they have no other choice but to say, yeah, we're going to see what we got with the youth. I don't want to give this front office a pass on that. This front office and this ownership group said that they were going to make some serious trades. They were going after some serious talent. And you don't get the excuse of, oh, we couldn't make it happen. And then just get to spin the narrative to what you want it to be, which is, oh, we're going to see what we have with these young players. When you've said nothing but the opposite for the last 6 months.
Yeah. The fact is like you said, you just can't give them a pass on this, right? They totally turned this team and this fan base into a direction where like, this is where we're going. And then when it didn't work out, they're like, just kidding, steer it on back. Nope. We're actually going to youth movement. We're going to just build this team from the draft. It's like, I got the oddest feeling that wasn't your original intention.
No, but at least I have to say, just like we talked about before, when it comes to the University of Utah, we don't have to listen to the Cam will he won't he stuff anymore.
Yeah,
we at least understand what the team's direction is going to be going forward.
And the fact is if they would have started, if we would have ended last season and they said that right out the gate, every single Jazz fan would have been all in. Okay, you got it. We're in for Cooper. Capture the flag. Let's do this. Let's give these players an opportunity to keep growing, keep getting better. Look, I mean, the fact is we've got a great young head coach. We've got some really talented young players on this team. No one's going to be mad at you if you tell them we need to see what we have in some of these players. We think they're really talented. Some of them are going to have to go. Some of them are going to have to stay. And this is what we're doing. But you're Danny Ainge and you just steered us off the damn tracks. You said, oh no, we're going to rebuild. This team's going to be better than they were last year.
Yeah.
Pump the brakes. Just kidding. No, that's not the route we're going to go anymore.
Yeah, I have to agree with you there. And we've said our piece on this. We've gone out several times on this team and said these things about this. And I just think we want to kind of come out here and air it one more time and basically just kind of air our side on that when it comes to the front office and when it comes to the ownership group of this team, and let them know how we feel and how honestly, this is not year one of a rebuild. This is year 3.
Correct.
It's been 3 seasons since we got rid of the big 2 there. We traded away the rest of the team. We are not on year 1. This is year 3. So if you're expecting this fan base to be around for another 2 years of rebuild, boy, you got another thing coming, man. This team is not ready for a prolonged 5+ year rebuild. We're not the Detroit Pistons,
And especially because this is a winning franchise, right? We're only 2 to 3 years removed from being the best team in the NBA in the regular season. And I get it. It doesn't translate to the playoffs, however you want to spin it. The fact is it's not long ago that watching Jazz basketball was a thing of beauty. It was a ton of offense. They were a fantastic defensive team. And every time you turn on Jazz basketball, there was a good chance they were winning.
Oh, for sure.
That is not the case anymore.
Yeah.
We're currently in this game down 7 points in the third. And
just giving up love.
Not a great play. But it's just a much different team to watch, right? There's going to be a lot of mistakes. I'm a Jazz fan through and through. I think Coach Hardy has this team headed in the right direction. He's been great, and he's really excelled at building relationships with these players. That's exactly what we need, because we do need them to feel comfortable with each other, give them a chance to prove what they can be. Not everybody is going to be that guy. And we have a season that we're accepting we can burn this season and find out what we have. Give us a chance to get some more talent in here. I think Cody Williams is going to be really special. I think he's going to find ways to contribute, keep himself on the floor. He's got a great ability to shoot the ball, spread the floor, and make other players a lot better because of those abilities. And I don't know, man. I think this could be a great season.
I think so too.
For what it is,
yeah,
at least.
Exactly. For what it is, I think it's important that we need now pivot into the positive, like you just said. There's lots of reasons to be optimistic with this team, and we still want to support these players and this team specifically when it comes to that. Coach Hardy is going to be doing a great job with these players. And yeah,
it's the end of an era.
It's not going to, yeah, definitely. Yeah, this is definitely the end of the era. This is Utah Jazz basketball is never going to be the same after this season for reasons we talked about before. Links to those videos will be in the comments in the description below, so be sure to check it out.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know, man. I'm optimistic about this team, and I'm optimistic about its future. I just hope to see competitive games where they're in every game. They don't have to necessarily be in every game, but I need them to feel like they're in every game. I think that's the important thing. Question for you.
Yeah.
Actually, I have 2.
Okay.
I'm going to start with the first one here. ESPN has the Jazz total wins at 27.5. Are you taking the over or under on that one?
I'm going to take the under.
I'm hoping for the under on that one myself.
I think it's the under. This team's not going to surprise anybody.
No.
We know exactly what we have. And it's not a great basketball team, but they're like this game that's on. Obviously, I don't know how it ends yet. But where we're at is in a situation where they're playing a competitive basketball game, and we don't need them to win.
Right.
I'm okay if they win through 3 quarters and give it up in the 4th every single game.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I'd like a few wins, but yeah.
I'd also love a number 1 draft pick.
Like 5 or 10 wins. We only get a 13% chance of the number 1 draft pick if you're the
That's
worst.
fine. I'll take all 13.
The first and the 5th worst team all have equal odds to get
the same chance. Right.
So I'm just like, win a couple of games. Just saying. Just win a few. Whatever game I'm at, just win that one. I'm okay.
Yeah.
That's all I'm going to say. My second question on that one is let's play a little yes or no, shall we?
Okay.
I'm going to list off a few players' names, and you're going to tell me whether or not those players are on this team at the trade deadline. Yes or no. This is something they did on the radio earlier a couple days ago, and I thought it'd be fun for us to do here. Let's start with John Collins.
No.
Really? You think the Jazz are going to be able to trade John Collins this year?
I think they'll just ditch his column. I think they'll just ditch him.
Okay, you just think they're just going to eat his contract?
Yeah, I mean, I think that they'll eat it. I don't think they want him on the roster.
Okay.
I mean, there's a reason he's not starting. He's playing minimal minutes. You don't want to give up his minutes that are going to affect any player's development. I think the Jazz are paying him regardless, and they would rather give those minutes to a player that they think they have a future with than John Collins.
I like it. Okay, so you're expecting more of like a buyout type scenario.
Yeah, I mean, I think they would take. I think anybody can take him.
Right.
If anybody's like, yeah, we'll take John Collins, they're like, yeah, we'll pay him the rest of the year. You just get him out of here.
I like it. All right. So JC.
Yes,
he's still on the roster.
I think he's still on the roster.
I agree, man. He's been trade bait like every single offseason and every single trade deadline. Everybody's talking about him moving. I honestly think he likes it here. I honestly think that's why he keeps signing extensions. Jazz are going to pay him more money than anybody else team is willing to offer him, and he likes it here. So
I think he likes it here, and JC doesn't make this team that much better.
No,
he's a fantastic contributing piece. He's not a needle mover that's going to turn you into a perennial playoff team or anything. He likes it here. He has a great veteran presence. I think JC stays with him.
All right, Bryce Sensabaugh.
Yes.
I agree with you on that one.
Yeah, I think that one's going to kind of see, right? I think if Bryce has a breakout first half of the season.
Oh, yeah, then they'll trade him for sure.
I could see them moving Bryce Sensabaugh because you are getting very heavy in that guard spot. And I don't know if they're going to have enough minutes to keep him on the floor that much. I love his game. I think he's a great shooter. I think he's shown a lot on the defensive side of the ball the last few games that he's been on the floor for him. If he swings up, expect the Jazz to move him.
Okay, gotcha. What about the guy just had a great rebound and a great defensive play there? Let's talk Walker Kessler. Yes or no?
I'm going to say not on the team. I think they'll trade him for draft pick somewhere.
Oh, really? Okay. Yeah. See, I thought that on the first part of the season, but on the last end of the preseason, I'm kind of seeing a switch in him. I think he's kind of accepting his role here. I don't think, like you mentioned, he's going to impact winning enough to where the Jazz are going to say, okay, we're going to see what we have for Filipowski and, kind of go from there.
Yeah.
But
I think there's enough. I think he adds enough team to another value. I think he adds enough value to another team that he's worth it to move, knowing you don't know what your team's going to be yet.
That's a fair point.
You know what I mean? You don't know what your future roster makeup is going to even look like. You got Kyle Filipowski, who's close to 7 foot tall, that shoots the 3-ball.
Limited defensively,
but you're going to have other players step up defensively either way. I mean, even with Walker on the floor last year, we were still the worst defensive team in the NBA.
True.
So
very, very true. Patty Mills.
Yeah, he'll be on the team.
Yeah,
it just doesn't affect anything. He's signed here to be here. I think he's Coach Will Hardy's buddy. He's on the roster to make everybody happy and put a veteran presence out there. There's no reason the Jazz move him.
No, I agree with you there. I think there's more likely they move JC than they do Patty Mills. At the trade deadline, I think JC has more value, but I do see some people arguing the point that he will, some will need a veteran point guard off the bench. Patty Mills, if for a contender, he may fill that role, but
he's not worth whatever you can get back for him. No one's going. I mean, cash considerations. The Jazz have already paid him.
True.
You know what I mean? I don't. Patty Mills will be on the team the whole year, I think, in my opinion.
All right, my last name here, and this is actually going to be directly to your point there about playing themselves off the team. Last name, Colin Sexton.
I think he will be on the team at the end of the year. I think the Jazz see Colin as a player of the future, even with some of the young guard talent. Colin is not that old. He's only 25.
No, he plays right into the heart of the.
He plays hard. He's exactly what Coach Hardy wants in a point guard that comes out, leaves everything out there while he's out there. He does play. He's not a great defensive player, but he plays with a ton of effort. He's a really good scorer. He's getting better at shooting the 3-ball. I think he is a core piece to this team, and I could see him being on the Jazz all the way through.
I agree. His age is perfect fits with the timeline.
He's the same age as Larry. Yeah.
Yeah. He's going to be right in the heart of his prime when they want to compete, which is in 2 to 3 years.
Yep.
And yeah, I think the only reason why they potentially move him is he may be good enough to screw up their losing. So they might want to move him at the deadline.
I don't think if you, depending on who you play around him, I don't think he affects winning that much.
Okay. See, I think he does.
I think so.
I think he's going to have to do some Phantom IL stints if you know what I'm saying.
Those are coming.
So,
Those are coming regardless, though, Darren.
yeah.
If these guys even wake up in the morning and like have a half of a muscle sore, they're like, you're out for 4 games.
Yeah.
The fact is the goal is to not lose any of these players to injury. They want everyone to stay healthy. And, obviously the goal is to get this team rolling and in a rhythm as soon as possible. And if that takes till next season, I think they're good with that, as long as they don't lose anybody to a long-term injury.
Yeah. I just thought it would be fun, a little exercise to kind of go up through names and a few names and see which ones we think are
How did I do?
with the team.
How did I do?
I think
My
I
first
don't know,
time.
You're pretty
Never
spot on
talked
there.
Jazz basketball before.
Yeah, you're doing great.
Thanks.
For somebody who's never talked about the team, that's great.
Excellent.
So yeah, I don't know, man. I just think those names were interesting. Those are ones I want to throw out to see what you think about whether or not they're with the team or not. Early in the season, I kind of agree with you on a few of them. I kind of see a few. I see Walker Kessler sticking around. The Jazz may get an offer from an LA team that needs him, which is where I'm kind of going with that, by the way. From an LA team that needs him to be a contender, because they basically have no bigs. No traditional bigs down there, either the Clippers or the Lakers. So I could see them making an offer to him and draft and packaging these picks. So that's a possibility there for sure. But once again, folks, in case you didn't know yet, the Utah Jazz, we have a channel for your Utah Jazz called Utah Jazz DNA. This is a channel where all your Utah Jazz content will be posted first. So if you have not yet, please check out that channel. A link to that channel will be in the description below. If you are watching that on this channel, please make sure you hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell, because we're going to be giving away one of those sweet new Utah Jazz Road Black Mountain jerseys. So be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on that giveaway for sure.